2. The Prince's Staff. The planetary Prince of Urantia was not sent out on his mission alone, but was accompanied by the usual corps of assistants and administrative helpers. At the head of this group was Dalagastia, the associate assistant of the planetary prince. Dalagastia was also a secondary Lananandek son, being number 319,407 of that order. He ranked as an assistant at the time of his assignment as Calagastia's associate. The planetary staff included a large number of angelic cooperators and a host of other celestial beings assigned to advance the interests and promote the welfare of the human races. But from your standpoint, the most interesting group of all were the corporeal members of the Prince's staff, sometimes referred to as the Calagastia 100. These 100 rematerialized members of the Prince's staff were chosen by Calagastia from over 785,000 ascendant citizens of Jerusalem who volunteered for embarkation on the Urantia adventure. Each one of the chosen 100 was from a different planet, and none of them were from Urantia. These Jerusalemite volunteers were brought by seraphic transport direct from the system capital to Urantia, and upon arrival they were held and seraphimed until they could be provided with personality forms of the dual nature of special planetary service, literal bodies consisting of flesh and blood, but also attuned to the life circuits of the system. Sometime before the arrival of these 100 Jerusalem citizens, the 2 supervising life carriers resident on Urantia, having previously perfected their plans, petitioned Jerusalem and Urantia for permission to transplant the life plasm of 100 selected survivors of the Andon and Fonta stock into the material bodies to be projected for the corporeal members of the Prince's staff. The request was granted on Jerusalem and approved on Urantia. Accordingly, 50 males and 50 females of the Andon and Fonta posterity, representing the survival of the best strains of that unique race, were chosen by the life carriers. With 1 or 2 exceptions, these Andonite contributors to the advancement of the race were strangers to one another. They were assembled from widely separated places by coordinated thought-adjuster direction and seraphic guidance at the threshold of the planetary headquarters of the Prince. Here the 100 human subjects were given into the hands of the highly skilled volunteer commission from Avalon, who directed the material extraction of a portion of the life plasm of these Andon descendants. This living material was then transferred to the material bodies constructed for the use of the 100 Jerusalemite members of the Prince's staff. Meantime, these newly arrived citizens of the system capital were held in the sleep of seraphic transport. These transactions, together with the literal creation of special bodies for the Calagastia 100, gave origin to numerous legends, many of which subsequently became confused with the later traditions concerning the planetary installation of Adam and Eve. The entire transaction of repersonalization, from the time of the arrival of the seraphic transports bearing the 100 Jerusalem volunteers until they became conscious threefold beings of the realm, consumed exactly 10 days.